The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
You're listening to The Source, an eclectic arrangement of diverse, powerful voices tackling the issues that affect us all. So let's get started with The Source.
Friday edition of The Source. I'm Tiffany Bacon, and we are broadcasting live from the West Oak Lane Senior Center at 7210 Ogons Avenue. Amazing folks are in the room right now. Hello to everybody that's in here in the Senior Center. It is so good to see you. This is our and it is the last stop on our tour today. I'm Tiffany Bacon. Thank you for being here. We're going to have a great day. I promise you, we are going to have a great day. I just have to say, first and foremost, a big hello to my super producer, Miss Kayla J, back in the studio. Hey, Kayla, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm here. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. You have an amazing show that airs at midnight tonight. Please tell the people what you have planned this evening.
Of course, tonight on Kayla J's Gospel Hour, we are continuing our mental health conversation series. We're continuing our faith stories, and we're going to talk to some folks about sickle cell anemia. So you don't want to miss out on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's an important conversation. I'm so glad that you're having it. And let folks know what time tonight and what type of music you can expect to hear in between all the
Midnight to 6 a.m. I like to say every Saturday morning, get it started off right. So midnight to 6 a.m., you're going to hear some contemporary Christian music. You're going to hear a little old school, but a lot of new.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So please make sure you check out Miss Kayla J tonight and into tomorrow morning. Much love to all the folks who are out here at the Senior Center, but we would love to see you. If you have not set up or renewed your forward membership, please make sure you do that today. When I tell you, we have some special gifts for folks who have not yet signed up for a membership with Word. First and foremost, we have several pairs of tickets to the Love on the Line concert. That is happening next Friday, the day after Founders Day, by the way. We'll tell you a little bit more about Founders Day in a minute. Friday, August 27th at 5150 Warren Avenue in West Philadelphia. The concert will feature Philly Freeway, Chrisette Michelle, Maya, Cameron, Chub Rock, and more. And it is a concert to bring awareness to mental health. That we have tickets for. Also, you can win a pair of tickets to the Dell, Patty Jackson's party with the Whispers on Sunday, September 5th. So if you're trying to get down with the Dell or with the Love on the Line concert, make sure you come down here to the Senior Center, and we might hook you up if you fill out the necessary paperwork to get a membership. Also, we have a special members package for only $80. You can get a forward membership, very special membership package right now. So come on over to the membership table. We have some wonderful folks here to say hello. They will sign you up for membership if that is what you're trying to do today. And we hope that is the case. Lots going on in the show today. Want to make sure we welcome you into the Senior Center. Again, this is the final stop of the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. So I want to introduce my very first guest, and she is the Senior Center leader. If you don't know much about the center, she is going to give you more details, more information on it. Perhaps you would like to come by and participate. Joining me right now, Kathy Brown, Senior Leader at the West Oak Lane Senior Center. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning and welcome in. We appreciate you guys coming by, hanging out with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So please tell us more about the center.
So, what we are an adult recreation center. Um, the good part about our job is to help increase seniors happy. And so we take
Yes.
that pretty serious, to be kind in all things, especially during this time.
Yeah.
But it's a place of fun, it's a place of socialization, it's a place of getting together, creating and cultivating relationships with one another that last a lifetime,
Yeah.
actually. It's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
It's bright in here. It's happy in here. It's safe in here.
Mhm.
And this is their space, and we respect it as such, and so do they. So, yeah, that's a big part of what we do. We come here like it's a job. They meet us at the gate, and we put them out when it's time to go home, right?
Oh no, not to put them out. Oh no. Well, we see right now if folks are able to, they might not be able to see behind the camera, but we have several folks who are at tables playing cards. Now, is this just a guided activity, or folks just come in and this is just what they do?
Yep, this is just what they do. This
Mhm.
part is not guided, actually. This part is get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
And so downstairs, normally they are playing cards at several tables. The billiards is down there.
Oh,
Silver
nice.
Sneakers will be down there shortly. They dance down there. They sew down there. They do computer class down there. They do the gym down there. And then up here, we do a little bit of everything as well. Special guests like yourselves, thank you very much for showing up and
Yes.
showing out for us
Absolutely.
today. We appreciate that. We appreciate our seniors coming in and showing up and showing out as well. So some things are guided and some things are
Mhm.
what works best for you.
Yeah.
And because they're not, you know, young people in the way that you would go into a school and say, hey, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
We prefer for them to come and do what they want to do.
Nice.
Of course, we have rules and regulations like any other place, especially during this time. But we want them to feel like this is second home. So we don't get in their way too much.
Yeah.
We want them to exercise their right to have a good
Absolutely.
time. And so that's what they do here.
Absolutely. So you mentioned sewing. What other now is that a class or is that a club? Like folks just come and just do projects, or is it actually like a class if you want to learn how to sew?
Sure. So it was a class
Mhm.
that, if I just be honest, at this moment, is full.
Oh wow.
It's a class that turned into a club, and so they do a lot.
Mhm.
They actually wear and model the clothes in which they make.
Nice.
And so a lot of times folks will come and have a general interest in something, and once they start taking the class together,
Mhm.
they actually become a club or like second family. And so
Nice.
that's one of those situations where they happy to see each other every Monday. And at this time, we just don't have any more sewing machines available. So
Yeah.
that class is at its capacity, and we watch capacity during this time as well
Yeah.
so that people can work comfortably and safely.
That's awesome. You said you don't have any more sewing machines available, but is there an opportunity, say anyone who's listening to the broadcast who's like, I don't use my sewing machine anymore. If they wanted to donate it, could they do that? And could you expand the capacity of the class or club?
I'm not real sure. I
Mhm.
would really have to look at that because during COVID, we just want to be careful for
Yeah.
what we take in and who we get things from. Um, as a rule, no, we don't take donated
Okay.
equipment like that,
Okay.
because we don't know its state. And
Mm.
sometimes if you have something donated, you got to make sure it gets fixed. You got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
it's sanitized now. It's just more to it than
Okay.
we probably have capacity to take care of right now.
Got it.
But the space itself, also
Mhm.
capacity wise, student wise,
Mhm.
teacher to student ratio is pretty full as well.
Got you. Okay.
hmm
So if
But
there
they could,
is,
I'm
oh
sorry, they
no,
could
go
always
ahead.
call in and get on the waiting list.
Okay.
We do have those.
Okay.
So if something, if folks graduate out,
Mhm.
or have, other interests at the center at that same time,
Mhm.
there is always a possibility for them to be able to get into a class.
Fantastic.
Sure.
Let's talk about how someone can participate. So, if there's someone who's listening who's like, yeah, I'd like to come down and be a part of the activities, how can a person participate in the center?
So they probably want to just call in first and
Mhm.
make an appointment with our social worker,
Okay.
or stop in and get some information. We do collect some information just in case,
Mhm.
we need to contact you or your people.
Mhm.
We make sure people can, have information on file. So pretty much they come in, they see what they want to do, and that's kind of how folks pick the days in which they're coming. A
Okay.
lot of folks come every day.
Mhm.
So pretty much that same rule of get in where you fit in.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same thing. So literally just call in. Everything we try to do decent and in order here. And
Right.
that's why we have people call in to make sure someone is available once you get here, and that we can accommodate and ask, answer any questions you may ask.
Fantastic. You
Mhm.
listed some of the things that you have going on, but what are some of the other clubs and activities that are available here?
Sure. So you can play board games. We have a Bikino club. Like I said, cards play all day.
Mhm.
The men and women as well. There's a men's billiards team and there's a women's billiards team.
Okay.
We have presentations or folks who come out and offer information for our seniors, information that is, specific to them, and
Mhm.
benefits that's going on throughout the community and things that will help them. We have enhanced fitness, which is awesome. That's a
Mm.
workout club. We have a gym. Like we said, we have a book club. We
Oh,
have,
wow.
um, what else? Computer class. Of
Mhm.
course, we have an awesome advisory council.
Yeah.
And those are the folks that you see walking around with advisory council shirts on.
Yeah, yeah.
That's peer to peer
Mhm.
leadership there. So they are members of the center. They come and they participate in the center, and then they sit down with me and others and figure out how we move the center forward, in a peer to peer kind of a way. Um, we have movie day. We do some bingo this week. We just tried it on just to kind of see how
Okay.
it go. We have music all the time. We have classes right now. We're holding one called Healthy Habits
Mhm.
that is hosted by House, their outreach, and then Einstein will also start their program. I think this coming week as well. Later on this month, Arcadia.
Mm.
Um, University will come and do live chair exercise. And then we
Nice.
have regular chair exercise every day as well. Some folks just like to come in and sit down and read their paper. That's
Mhm.
okay too. We try to give folks the freedom to do what you want to do. We're not trying to baby
Yeah.
you through.
Yeah.
We want to respect that you're an adult and that your needs could be different from anybody else's in here. And so we try to
Mhm.
make that space so that you too can be comfortable. Maybe all you want to do is come and bring your laptop
Mhm.
and cruise the web all day. Do that as well.
Yeah.
So normally iPad classes are happening. Of course, during this time, we're trying to minimize some things where there's too much touching going
Okay.
on with,
Yeah, yeah.
um, but we also leave the space for a couple of things. If we don't have it, if you ask about it and
Mhm.
there's enough people to create it, then let's just do it, right? You won't
Awesome.
know unless you try it. So we're very open to trying. And then I must say that we have an awesome inspirational club, for folks who just kind of need to get it up off of them a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they have been meeting all through COVID, and it has been great. The line dance here is amazing. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't mess with them because look, you got to get some rest at night to
Oh
mess with these folks around
man,
here
they
with
will
line
dance you
dancing.
under the table.
Hey, I ain't gonna be the one. So,
I understand.
but they are amazing.
Understand.
And so are my seniors as a whole.
Yeah.
I am blessed to encounter some beautiful spirits when I come in here every day. So I'm
Amen.
thankful for that as well. It's a great place to be a director. So
This is awesome.
yeah,
This is awesome. You gave us a
yeah.
wonderful overview of what you have here. Can you please share the website and or phone number for anyone to call in for
Sure.
more information?
So please call into our front desk and just say you would like information about being a member or attending the center. That number is 215 685 3511. I'll repeat that. That number is 215-685-3511.
Yeah.
And that is their best and quickest way to get a hold of us during this time. So we would appreciate if folks would call in, and we would absolutely give them direction as to what they need to do and concerning whatever it is that they're interested in.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Thank
Kathy
you, Miss
Brown.
Tiffany. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
No problem.
And
It
your
is
staff
our
is
pleasure.
amazing.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you.
Absolutely. It is our pleasure. Thank you so
Yes,
much for
thank
being
you.
here.
Have a really blessed day now.
You do the same.
Thanks.
This is what I'm talking about. You got to come in here and soak up all this good energy, y'all. We are broadcasting live Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour here at the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. We will be here until 12 noon. We have to take a break, but we'll be right back with more things live from the Senior Center after this.
Enterprise Exterminators, located at 4943 Wayne Avenue, has been in business since 1976 and can eliminate whatever pest problems you have. Enterprise specializes in bed bugs, lanternflies, and termites. Call for your free termite inspection today. Do-it-yourself kits are available. Enterprise Exterminators, servicing Philadelphia, Delaware, and New Jersey. Call now, 215-849-7070. Ask us about the word and senior discounts.
A Night of Passion makes a married doctor question his assumptions about love, lust, and monogamy. In The Marriage Pass, a tale of domestic suspense from Brianna Cole, smart, sexy, and filled with drama. The Marriage Pass explores the boundaries of a relationship by taking the what if of a free pass. One partner's consequence-free night with their greatest temptation to a new level. Pick up your copy of The Marriage Pass by Brianna Cole today, everywhere where books are sold. And for more information, visit BriannaCole.com. That's BriannaCole.com.
In Pennsylvania, it's now illegal to sell tobacco products, including cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco, vapes, or electronic cigarettes to anyone under 21. Stores can get fined up to $1,000 for selling tobacco to someone who is underage. Know the law. Check IDs. Post your retailer license. Make sure only employees have access to tobacco products and only sell tobacco products to customers aged 21 and older. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lomax Reese, President and CEO of WURD. We're gearing up for our annual Founders Day celebration honoring the life and legacy of my dad, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. He was a man of many talents, a physician, entrepreneur, philanthropist, the founder of WORD, and most importantly to me, a great father. This year on Wednesday, August 25th from 5 to 6 p.m., the evening before our Founders Day celebration and street naming ceremony honoring my dad, we'll be hosting a virtual members-only conversation with the Lomax family. That's right. Me, my mom, and my brothers and sisters will gather to reflect on our father's amazing career and life. So Forward members, come hang out with me and my family on Wednesday, August 25th. RSVP today because space is limited. Go to wordradio.com and click on the Founders Day member-only event banner or call 215-425-7875. We hope to see you there.
The Word Radio newsletter, keeping you informed, engaged, and connected. Sign up by visiting wordradio.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page and type your email address under Connect with Us. You'll receive the latest information on Word Radio, messages from our president and CEO, Sarah Lomax Reese, exclusive articles and multimedia content, and resources. Stay informed with the Word Radio newsletter.
You're listening to The Source on Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
Because a girl like you is like a dream come true. A real life fantasy. No matter what your friends try to tell you, they fall in love. And we be together, not clever. Just like that, just like that. Every step I take, you will be there. Every step I take, we'll be together. Every step I take, you will be there. like me. Be together. Can't think too straight. All the things you must put it on me. There are no words they can't explain. I'm feeling it to say. You can just feel it. I got you, babe. You never have to feel no pain. I'm here to keep my life for you. You never look around. Girl, the only thing that matters in my life is that I'm down for you and treat you right. You got no code to treat me cold as ice. Oh, girl, as long as I can give my love to you, you should be giving me your love too. You just keep pouring just like a fool. You know it ain't cool. I don't be cool, 'cause I would never be that cool to you. I know, I don't be cool. Girl, you need to change your attitude. I know, I don't be cool. Hey, what's up with the attitude? I thought I was being real good to you. I keep you sweet, take it out at night. But you never say things, girl, right in the right way. You got a banging booty in a tight waist. I've been a fan since I met you in the lobby. And hopefully you end up over my place. I can't believe I never saw you coming over. Until you put your pretty hand up on my shoulder. I wanna touch, I wanna kiss, I wanna hold you. Yeah, I really wanna get you hot tonight. Come on, so tell me what I gotta do to...
Back Friday edition of The Source. It's Tiffany Bacon broadcasting live. Our final Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. We are at the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogontz Avenue. We would love for you to stop by, say hello, see what's going on in the Senior Center, get some information for the lovely senior in your life on the center. Or you can also come in and sign up or renew your 4-word membership. We have special membership options today. Also, you can sign up for a digital membership at $5 a month. That is an opportunity for you as well. We are giving away tickets. There's some awesome concerts coming to town. And if you want to win tickets, you got to sign up for that 4-word membership. So come on in here, sign up and get a pair of tickets to Patty Jackson's Party with the Whispers, Sunday, September 5th. Also, we have tickets for the Love on the Line concert for awareness for mental health. That's Freeway, Maya, Chrisette Michelle, Chubb Rock, and more. That is happening next Friday, the day after Founders Day. So we have these tickets. Come on and get them. We're right here at 7210 Ogontz Avenue. It is my pleasure to welcome my next guest to the show. We have Commissioner of Parks and Recs, Catherine Lavelle Ott, joining us via the phone. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you so much for joining us. So tell us why it is so important for folks to get out back into the community and visit the recreation centers, especially in this time after the lockdown from COVID.
Yeah, we're so excited to welcome people back into our centers, but I want to be clear, we're going to do that as safely as possible because, you know, we still do have this pandemic and this virus traveling around our city. And so it's critically important that we do this as safely as possible. But we do know that people, especially young people, they want to be out. They want to be, recreating with each other, socializing with each other, playing sports with each other. And we want to do what we do best, which is provide safe and healthy and happy places for young people to thrive. And as well as our older adults. I know you're at West Oak Lane today, and our older adult centers are also open for business after more than 15 months of being closed. So we're thrilled to be back and offering these great services to the community as we have for so many years.
Yeah, if you don't mind just sharing with us how you guys managed the last year and some change. It was definitely unprecedented. It was an upheaval for everyone. How did you all manage during the time?
Yeah, that's so well said. It was an upheaval, and I think what I want to get the word out most about Parks and Recreation is that we never stopped. You know, our staff never stopped working, and we actually saw a huge uptick in usership at parks and trails and open places throughout the city. People, when they couldn't, when everything else was closed, our parks remained open. And so we saw a 50% increase in people using our parks and neighborhood parks and public spaces during the pandemic. But we also knew that we still had a role to play in providing critical services to families. And so we turned our rec centers into food pantries. We kept our daily meal distribution program going at our rec centers and our older adult centers. We opened all of our sites for summer camps, both this summer and last summer. We ran over 100 summer camps each summer. And we ran an incredible Play Streets initiative at 300 streets around the city to keep kids safe right up front their front door. And then last fall, we opened access centers. When schools didn't open, we opened recreation centers and we welcomed kids inside of them to have a safe place to learn.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, we are not out of the woods yet with this thing. We are not out of the woods. What is the plan for the fall?
Yeah, we are not. I mean, I think, in the beginning of the summer, we thought we were, right? We thought we were coming out of it. And, this thing just still has a real stronghold around us, and especially around our most vulnerable. So, the one thing that we're doing is we have vaccination sites at our recreation centers. So we know that we have great access to the communities that we serve. We know people trust coming to our recreation centers. And so we partner with the health department, and we'll continue that partnership throughout the fall of providing vaccine clinics at our centers, free vaccine clinics. And that's so important for folks to know that that's going to be offered. But, we're going to get back in the swing of things with after school. Kids are going back in school. We are thrilled about that. And they're going to need a safe place to go after school. So we'll have 100 after school programs at our recreation centers. We'll have our gymnasiums open for kids, and we'll do our meal distribution program like we've had. And we know that many of our seniors are vaccinated, so we'll continue to have those older adult centers open as well. So it's definitely going to be a busy fall for us. And as I said, we're following all of the protocols, working hand in hand with the health department to keep our staff and our participants safe.
Yeah, that's good to know, because people are very concerned about that. A lot of people are little tentative about making plans beyond the next couple of weeks, because we don't know if we're going to have a shutdown again. What is your plan of action if things have to shut back down?
What we've gotten very good at is contingency planning. Like we make plans and then we change those plans. And, that is something that we've mastered over the last 15 months. So, we have one plan in place, and then we have plans B, C, D, down to Z. And it's, I think we've all gotten very good at that, right? I mean, there's just, God is making the decisions, not us. And so we're following, the lead of our health department, who's watching things really closely, and we're prepared to make whatever decisions we have to make. But, we also know that we have to continue to provide these services, and that, it's critically important for us to meet kids where they are, to continue to offer these resources for young people and seniors alike. And we're going to continue to do that to the best of our ability. I think what the biggest lesson we've learned over the last 15 months is that we have to remain relevant. We have to adapt, right? As a department, as a society, we have to adapt and do what's in the best interest of those we're serving.
Awesome sauce. I know there's a lot of folks who would like to find out more about the recreation center in their area. Where can they go to get all of the details?
They can go to phila.gov/parks and recreation. And if they're on social media, I highly encourage them to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We post great posts every day about really fun, fabulous things happening throughout our system. So follow us on social media, and you can visit our website as well.
Fantastic. Catherine Lavelle, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast today. We truly appreciate it.
And thank you guys for doing the Summer of Love tour at Rec Centers. It's so awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. You're awesome.
No problem. You are awesome as well. Thank you so much for the call.
Right,
we appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We are WURD. Listen, this is amazing. We are out here. We are Progressive Black Talk Media. You have to come join us for the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. It is our last stop. It has been amazing these past 6 weeks or so to be out in the community, to have an opportunity to see folks up close and personal, for you to come and say hi, for you to share your thoughts with us, for you to let us know that you are listening, and we appreciate that. And it's important to keep stations like WURD alive. And we can do that through your membership. If you have not signed up for a membership, we do have the $5 digital membership available. That is $5 a month. You can sign up for that. Also, we have an $80 special membership. You can find out more. We have wonderful folks here at the center to give you all the details about our membership. And again, we have tickets to give away too. So please understand, these Dell tickets are hot. I've seen the footage on social media every week. Folks are at the Dell. I know last night it was the Isley brothers and our guest from last week, Owen Valentine. He opened for the Isleys last night. It was a fantastic show. I couldn't make it, but I saw it on the internet. It was a fantastic show. So somebody got a chance to win tickets to see that. You can win tickets to the upcoming performance of The Whispers on Sunday, September 5th. We have those tickets in house. We also have the tickets to the Love on the Line concert Friday, August 27th. That is going to be amazing as well. It is a concert to support information on mental health. And that is happening at 5150 Warren Avenue in West Philadelphia. So we want you to check it out. We are ready to go to our next guest who is also joining us on the phone. We want to welcome to the program today Councilwoman Cheryl Parker joining us right now. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me, Tiffany. You're uptown, baby. Uptown.
Yes.
Closing out the neighborhood love tour.
I so love your energy. Thank you so much for being here. We are happy to be uptown today. So tell us what you are focused on right now and tell us what the folk need to know about what you have planned.
So, one, I just want to say I'm so excited that you all are closing out the neighborhood love tour in the West Oak Lane community in which I was reared, the 1900 block of Penfield Street. That's where I was raised by my grandparents. They moved there from North Philadelphia. And so we were back and forth, my entire life. And where you are right now, Tiff, I just have to say this. The one thing I appreciated the most, and I loved the most, right? I loved our trees. I loved the hoagie factory, and you right down the street from the hoagie factory.
Yes.
But the senior center where you are now, that's where we would do. Now, Tiff, this is a lot of people don't know this, so this is a little interesting history fact.
Okay.
Before there was the Avenue of the Arts in Center City, before they named that the Avenue of the Arts, we hosted the Avenue of the Arts through the Friends of ORC, which I was a part of. I'm thinking about Joan Howe and Flo Burnley. We did it right there where you are, Tiff, at the West Oak Lane Senior Center. We walked by there, get to the Simons Recreation Center, which is up the street. I'm an Oak Lane Wildcat. Blue and white.
Go ahead now.
Cheerleader. And so I'm just excited that you are there. Beautiful community,
Yeah.
strong village that helped to raise me. I don't get the opportunity to do what I do, to serve my community without the foundation that came from the village in that community that helped to raise me. So right now, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who was in West Oak Lane, who helped me, and all of my friends, the family members, the business owners. We just were a very close knit community, Tiff, and so I'm just like, when I heard you were coming, I was like, okay, just coming to the neighborhood.
Yes, ma'am, I am here. And listen, this what you just provided is the love part of the neighborhood love tour. This is what we need: the loving on the neighborhood, the beautiful stories, the places that are landmarks in your life. That is what we need, and I thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm a North Philly John, so I talked about that last week. But I used to come up to West Oak Lane for the West Oak Lane Jazz Fest.
Where's North Philly for you?
North Philly for me is 24th and Ridge.
Okay, you were at 24th and Ridge, and so when I'm bouncing back, my great grandmother. Listen to this now. Listen, you gonna tell my age now.
Okay,
I took the C bus. I wasn't allowed to catch the subway.
Yes,
right?
the C.
So I had to take the C bus from 19th and Cheltenham all the way down to Croydon Lehigh, and then I took the 54 to get the second person Lehigh, right? Because my aunt, my Caldwell Hopkins family members were all there. So, Papa, you at 24th and Ridge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
That's where I grew up. And listen, I love it. But I would come up here for that West Oak Lane Jazz Festival every year. I promise you I did.
Listen, were you here when Tina Marie was here?
I certainly was in the crowd, losing my mind.
Yeah. It was a beautiful event. Lord knows, I told Dwight, I said, Dwight, you know, your vision, you were really ahead of yourself. I was at Unity Day because I used to intern at another station, and Unity Day I saw it. But when we brought the Jazz Festival, and big shout out to Congressman Dwight Evans, because that was his baby. People came from all over.
Yeah.
I mean, all over. It was. I really wish one day that we could bring that event back, and I'm happy to hear you mention it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't be here without mentioning that, and how much it is missed in the community. Definitely that. Believe it or not, we're out of time. I don't know if you can hold on or what have you, but I have to go to break.
I'll hold.
Okay, I have to go to break, but I just want to remind folks that next Thursday, August 26th, it's our annual Founders Day celebration, honoring the life and legacy of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. And this year, we will feature a special live broadcast from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at a street naming ceremony for Dr. Lomax at 1800 Wharton Street, the site of his first medical center. The day will also include a series of virtual panels and conversations exploring health, wealth, and independent media. And there is a special Founders Day membership discount. You can join or renew today here in this place for just $80 and help us continue the Lomax legacy by supporting progressive Black Talk media. For more information, go to WURDradio.com and click the Founders Day banner. We look forward to seeing you on Founders Day, August 26th. Stick around. We'll be right back with more from our Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour after this.
Oak Street Health Strawberry Mansion is hosting a Seniors Day Carnival at 2301 North 29th Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19132 on Saturday, August 21st from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Enjoy music, games, food, and prizes as we celebrate our teams and the reopening of our Centers for Community Activities and Events. Oak Street Health is a network of primary care doctors for adults on Medicare, and we welcome all community members to join in on the fun and check out our center. Food and prizes limited to $15 per person.
Tune in every Saturday at 4 p.m. for the Did You Know Show with host Bryant Green, right here on WURD 96.1 FM and 900 AM.
The Black Words Book Club. Word Radio's conversation on books that explore the African American experience through social, economic, and environmental justice issues. Tune in the second Tuesday of every month on Evening Words with Nick Taliaferro, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. The Black Words book for September is Race Against Time, The Politics of a Darkening America by Keith Boykin. Be sure to listen live as Nick Taliaferro will hold a contest for a giveaway book bundle that consists of 4 titles from Kensington's Defina's Authors of Color's newest release. Don't miss it. Tuesday, September 14th on Evening Words with Nick Taliaferro. Attention for Word members. Get your copy and receive a 20% discount when you purchase at Harriet's Bookstore or Hakeem's Bookstore. For more information on the Black Words Book Club, visit wordradio.com. The Black Words Book Club is sponsored by Defina. Defina is an imprint of Kensington Publishing Corporation, America's independent publisher, concentrating on authors of color.
You're listening to The Source with Tiffany Bacon on Word Radio. Streaming live on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
No, you don't. 'Cause we're gonna get hot tonight. Oh, girl. Give me your number. Give it to me. Give it my number. Here you go. Get it, you don't need my number. No, you don't. 'Cause we're gonna get hot tonight. That's right. And if you say you don't like it my way, we can do it your way. Anyway is okay. And if you say you don't like it my way, we can do it your way. Anyway, yes, anyway you like it, Joe. Tell me what I gotta do to get the hook up in the future. You choose the night, whatever you like, and I'ma pick you up on time. And it's cool if you don't want to. It's cool, but you're a fool if you don't want to. Cause I guarantee that if you're with me, we're gonna have a good time tonight. So get your hands up. Yeah.
My girl's like candy, a candy treat. She knocks me high up off my feet. She's so fine, after me, I know this girl is just for me. Candy girl, you are my world. You look so sweet, you're a special treat. Candy girl, all I want to say, when you're with me, you brighten up my day. All I know, when I'm with you, you make me feel so good. The way you walk, and the way you talk, you always look so good. You make me forget my thoughts. Do you really love me? Don't you really care?
Summer Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour at the West Oak Lane Senior Center. Got to give a big shout out to the folks who've been riding with us so far during the broadcast on our Facebook and our YouTube live feeds. Hello to Haley, Sean, Kasaru, Sarah. Hello to Shirley and Jean. Good morning to you all. Thank you so much for joining us virtually. We always appreciate your presence. It is my pleasure to welcome back to the program. Had to take a commercial break, but we were speaking with Councilwoman Sherelle Parker. She is still on the line. Hello, Councilwoman.
Hello, Tiff. Hello.
I love going down memory lane with you in the last break because I mean we have to give so much love to the neighborhood. It is so important to keep that sense of community. And you know, COVID and everything that happened in 2020 really uprooted a lot. It uprooted everything. Talk about how you pushed through last year and what your plans are as we reemerge and possibly go back in 2020.
Right. Well, between COVID, between the calls for ending that went global, based on the tragedy and pain that our community felt and the world saw, with George Floyd and all of the other beautiful Black lives that were taken from us. We have been laser focused on connecting people and organizations to access to opportunity, right? Because at the foundation of this, and a friend of mine and I, we were having this conversation last week, was that we want people to be on a path to self-sufficiency. Well, Sherelle, what does that look like? That looks like people having access to a quality education, quality training, quality employment, and employment that provides not only a living wage, but access to health care and retirement security, right? Because I will argue to you, in no way, shape, or form do I want anyone to say this is the sole solution, but this is a big part of it. In addressing the gun violence epidemic that we are dealing with right now, you give someone access to an opportunity to take care of themselves and their families. It is something about the dignity that kind of work provides. Not where I have to work 2 and 3 jobs, but where I can have a career, I can take care of my family, and I don't want to have to depend on anybody else to give me anything. I just want access to the opportunity to be self-sufficient. And so that is what I've been focused on. We're going to continue to be focused on that issue, along with improving the quality of life in our neighborhoods. Right. So Tim, so how are you going to tell me that my Black life matters, right? But every time I walk out the door in my neighborhood, it's dirty. I see trash. I don't see a thriving commercial corridor and businesses and the variety of businesses that I see in other neighborhoods. My neighborhood is not as aesthetically appealing, as others. people, those are the kinds of things that we've been laser focused on, and we're going to stay focused on those issues. It's a lot of work to do. I'm honored that the people have given me the ability to do it. I want to give a huge shout out, if I can, Tiff, because as you're in my neighborhood, and I'm thinking about the Oak Lane Youth Association, I'm thinking about Concerned Black Men that was on the corner directly up the street from where you are now. They were right at 21st and 72nd. I'm thinking about NOMO, right? Ricky Duncan. I'm thinking about Anton Moore, Unity in the Community. What Solomon's doing with Man Up PHL. We need all of those organizations active. We need men and women active in our community, because nobody's coming to save us.
Yeah.
No one is coming to save us, sis. We will save ourselves.
Yeah. You speak with a lot of passion. I appreciate all of that. And where does that come from for you? What makes you passionate about doing this?
Well, Tiff, people, it's interesting. Sometimes when people talk about you, or you hear somebody introduce you, they will talk about your education. They will talk about the job that you have. You're elected to public office, and people call you, honorable. But Tiff, none of that describes who you really are. When people ask me who I am and why I'm so passionate about it, it's because the village raised me. I'm not a Cosby kid, right? I tell people, I'm more like the Evans kid, right? Except I grew up in a row house on the 39 block, but we had very little. My mother was a single teenage mother. She got pregnant with me at 15. My father was not in my life. Thank God I had his mother, my grandmother, and my aunts, but it was my maternal grandparents, James and Dorothy Parker, who raised me. And my grandmother was a domestic worker. Now, Tiff, listen, this is, and hopefully you'll appreciate this, and the listening audience will. I'm looking at somebody's resume, and I'm looking at the resume because they asking me for a recommendation, and I'm looking at it. Guess what domestic work is called now? Environmental technician. And this is a friend of mine. And I say, well, look, that's a new word. I said, when Mommy and Aunt Vi and Lorraine did it, and Mary and my family, they were just domestic workers. And what did that mean? That meant that my grandmother and the matriarchs of my family, they cleaned the homes of wealthy residents. Most of them, some in Philadelphia, but most in the suburban area. And when they got paid, Tiff, guess what? They were paid in cash. And the envelope would be left on the table, and they would have multiple clients. But when Aunt Vi and Mommy got so old that they could no longer get on their hands and knees and scrub floors and clean baseboards and white walls, they didn't have a pension because they were paid in cash. So they had no retirement security. Right. And so when I think about, and because, I was raised by my grandparents. I lost my mother at 11. My grandmother passed when I was 16. It was a whole village of people, right? I'm teachers in school, coaches at Oak Lane, coaches from the Philadelphia Flames, Gussie Clark, Marion Castro, so Dwight, and so many people deposited into me that every bit of education that I've ever received, I always felt like it wasn't mine. It wasn't mine alone. So everything that I could learn, I needed to use it as a tool to contribute back into the village that helped to raise me. And right, and again, and that's Philly. I'm Philly born, Philly bred. I'll be a Philadelphian until I'm dead. And I love this city, and it's here. And it's not me thinking I know what's best for people. It's me having walked in the path that so many folks are in right now, and knowing that if we stay together, if we love on one another and support on one another, whether or not the children are ours or not. When I lost so much, do you know, neighbors, they would not hesitate to grab me on my collars. What are you doing? You know that's not right. Do you want me to go tell Lefty about what you just did? That kind of coaches who if you want to be a cheerleader on this team, Sherelle, this is what those grades are going, to look like. Folks just say it, get involved. And I want more of that, Tiff. So instead of standing on the outside and pointing to everything that's wrong and shouting about what's wrong, I said, you know what? I want to use this as an opportunity to be in the arena and try to make some change with what little access I have. And I, along with my colleagues, we do our best to do that, Tim. So thanks for that question, because people don't usually ask that. They don't ask, like, who are you? Like, who are you for real, right?
Yeah.
Sherelle Parker, the council person. No, Sherelle, not Sherelle Parker, the councilwoman. Who is Sherelle Parker, and where do you come from? What are you made of?
Absolutely. And thank you for answering that with all that passion. I thank you for answering that. And I appreciate your passion. I appreciate what you've said. And I appreciate you taking the time to join us today and to tell us what you have going on. I truly appreciate you, Councilwoman Sherelle Parker. I got to go to break though, but I thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiff, for having me. You're uptown, baby, uptown.
I know that's right. And we are having a good time uptown today. Listen, Linda, you're not listening. We're here at the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. It is our last stop on the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. And we are showing love to the neighborhood of West Oak Lane. Got to take a break, but when we come back, we'll have more from the site after this.
Jefferson Health offers no-cost COVID-19 testing sites at St. Raymond of Pinafort Church. Testing is on Thursdays and Saturdays. A second testing location has been added at Richard Allen Preparatory Charter School. Testing is on Wednesdays and Fridays. For testing hours and more information, visit jeffersonhealth.org/community testing.
Babe, have you called the heat and air guys yet? Your wife tells you not yet. You ask her, what are you waiting for, babe? There's a shortage in the industry of heating and cooling equipment. If we wait too long, there may not be none left. Plus, the wintertime is coming. She said, babe, the only reason I didn't call is because we ain't have no money. You said heat and air guys, you don't need no money. They have zero entrance with zero payment for 18 months. She said, I'm calling them now. What's the number? 610-583-3207. It's the heatandairguys.com.
Need to replace your Social Security card? In most states, you can request one online with a My Social Security account. A My Social Security account gives you secure access to your personal earnings history and benefit status. You can also get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Stand with Word Radio,
the only black-owned talk radio station in Pennsylvania.
Did you know you can join the Forward movement and amplify voices of the black community as a digital member for as low as $5 per month? Visit membership at wordradio.com or call 215-425-7875. We need you. Show your support. Start or renew your Forward membership today. This is Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD Philadelphia.
Streaming live on wordradio.com, the Word Radio app.
Or watch live on Word TV via Facebook and YouTube. Word Radio, independent black media.
You are now rocking DJ 215.
Games, changes, and fears. When will they go from here? When will they stop? I believe that fate has brought us here, and we should be together, babe, but we're not. I play it off, but I'm dreaming of you, and I'll keep my cool, but I'm feeling. I try to say goodbye and I choke. I try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. I walk almost when you are not near. Goodbye and I choke. I try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. I walk almost when you are not there. I may appear to be free, but I'm just a prisoner of your love. And I may seem alright and smile when you leave, but my smile's up just a front, just a front. Hey, not playing off, but I'm dreaming of you. I'll keep my cool, but I'm feeling. I try to say goodbye and not choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. But I try to hide it, it's clear. My walk goes when you are not near. Goodbye and not choke. Try to walk away and I stumble. But I try to hide it, it's clear. My walk goes when you are not near. Oh, my mind, I'm feeling high. My money's gone. I'm all alone. To my choosing, the world keeps turning. Oh, what a day! What a day! What a day! Peace and blessings manifest.
Yeah, Miss Erica Badu coming to the area, by the way, in September. We'll give you more details on that. We are WURD Progressive Black Talk Media. It's Tiffany Bacon on the Friday edition of The Source. We are broadcasting live from the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. It is the last stop on our Summer Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. Got to give a big shout out to Miss Kayla J for playing both Erica Badu and Macy Gray. Macy Gray, by the way, may join us next week on Stage Doors. We may get a chance to speak with her. Tune in. You know, Stage Door happens at 12 noon on Fridays. Today on Stage Door, I'll have an opportunity to speak with Philly Freeway and Chubb Rock. They're talking about mental health, music, and an upcoming concert, which we have tickets for. And if you sign up for a membership, you may get a chance to go. So please see our lovely folks at the membership table. Right now, it is my pleasure to welcome to the table, to the broadcast table, President Kimberly A. Lloyd of the Ogons Avenue Revitalization Corporation. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. Tell us what is going on with OARC these days.
Yes, OARC, ORC, which stands for the Ogons Avenue Revitalization Corp. ORC was founded in 1983 right here in the heart of West Oak Lane by State Representative Dwight Evans and numerous people who lived and worked in the community, starting with Phyllis Benson, as well as Dr. Mujahid Yahuma, and as I said, a slaughter of other people who has allowed this organization to be what it is today.
Fantastic, fantastic. I was just speaking with Councilwoman Sherelle Parker, and we were just bigging up West Oak Lane. She was going down memory lane because she is from the neighborhood. We were talking about the West Oak Lane Jazz Fest and how that was such a jewel in the community. I heard rumblings that it may come back. Do you have any inside information on whether or not that can happen? Because it is, I mean, it is sorely missed, sorely missed.
So the West Oak Lane Jazz Fest, which was the brainchild of ORC, obviously was an event that was phenomenal, that people have such great memories of it. It, at any occasion during this time, probably back in between 2010, 2012, each year had over 500,000 people come to the area of West Oak Lane.
Wow.
In addition to that, because we go on historical value here as we assess things that ORC has done and to see if it's been a benefit to the community. And obviously the West Oak Lane Jazz Fest was. But what we found was that people would plan their vacations around coming to Philadelphia that weekend. So what you end up having was that not only the individuals who were coming into Philadelphia to enjoy the West Oak Lane Jazz Fest for a 3-day weekend, but the city of Philadelphia generated economic revenue from people staying in hotels. People in the community right down the street would have like family reunions.
Yes.
And it all coincided with those incredible performers that came to the West Oak Lane Jazz Fest. I attended on numerous occasions. I grew up in Elmwood, Eastwick, but I lived in my early 20s in West Oak Lane, Mohican Street. Shout out to Mohican Street. And so being here was incredible. I saw Tina Marie here one year.
Yeah.
Tina Marie came off the stage stage and walked from Middleton, which your home guy here is from Middleton, from Middleton Street all the way back to where the wine and spirit store is. And so to be able to be that close to an entertainer and to see entertainment like that on the avenue, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it just added to the richness of the arts in the city, for sure.
Absolutely.
Added to
Absolutely.
it. So how did you manage through 2020? I have to ask this question to anyone who comes on the show because it was such a game changer. It's the world stopped, literally.
The world stopped. But I will tell you, I arrived at ORC in 2014, and ORC had experiences some challenges. So I will tell you, it felt like a pandemic when I got here. And so to physically go through a pandemic, ORC actually was settled waters, as nothing but smooth sailing, as the Osley brothers say.
Yes.
That's what ORC went through in 2020. We clearly knew that there were things that just not normal, but we still needed to operate. And we actually used that as a means of spreading that philosophy to our businesses on the commercial corridor from Stinton to Ogats Avenue, over and over again, indicating that we have to learn how to be normal in and unusual situations. And I'll tell you what we got from that. By us imploring that information, one, we worked with the city of Philadelphia. We were able to get PPE materials, which we gave out to the commercial corridors on Ogans and Stinton Avenue. What we got from that was that, and this is great about this community because the residential community supports the commercial corridors. We only had a 15% drop off of businesses in this area. Ogans Avenue from Cheltenham to Middleton, there are no boarded up stores. We have at this point now maybe a 10% vacancy of stores, but stores were operating throughout COVID. And the reason why I'm mentioning the commercial corridors is because that's part of ORC's advocacy. We have a 4-pillar process within the organization: business development, community engagement, economic development, and housing development. And so we, as I said, even though COVID was unusual and we're still working through it, we tried to be as normal as possible in terms of our operations. So we never stopped doing the things we need to do. We did an incredible program, which we're still ongoing, with the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation and Goal Setter, of which Goal Setter is out to achieve, and they're going to get very close to this. They want 1 million Black and brown children to have bank accounts. Now, I was a banker for 30 years prior to coming to ORC. I started my life at PSFS.
Get out.
And the reason why that I mentioned PSFS and why financial literacy is extremely important for our children is that I learned that I wanted to be a banker because I was exposed to banking in the 5th grade. And I had my very first bank account in the 5th grade, which was a passbook bank account. For any of my PSFS folks out there, you know, passbook bank account, that was your first exposure to banking. And so what we were able to do with Parkway Northwest High School, Malcolm Jenkins Foundation, and Goal Setter is that ORC contributed money to be able to, the $40 that came from the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation, we added 10 on for roughly about 260 children. And they all have been given, along with their children, information of setting up those bank accounts. And we have a lot of those kids who are already off and going with those bank accounts.
That is fantastic.
And so that's just a piece of what we have done. And so again, we right now, and I know I thank the opportunity to be able to be here today. But, you know, 2 things: we're getting ready to redo our murals. So we do own the building that houses the world famous top 100 brunches in America Relish Restaurant. For those who were unaware of that. Top 100 brunches in America. We have a mural there. And the mural has been up for quite some time, and so we're ready to make a transition with it. And so we're going to be working with the Philadelphia Mural Association to be able, Jane Golden and her group, Ginger Rudolph, to be able to replace it. We're also in the process of doing continuous business development, being able for those entrepreneurs that are working out of their home that needs a little bit more education of how to run a business. We're going to be doing nightly training that's free So where you see a lot of this type of instruction training regarding financial literacy is usually during the day, where most folks can't get to these places during the day. So
Yeah.
we're going to be holding a series of things like that in the evening. And there's a bunch of stuff and we'd like for you to, that we are doing, and we would like for you to go to our social media page
Yes.
at info@orgphilly.
Yes.
Which is also info@orgphilly.org is our email address. So if there's anything that you have questions about ORC and questions about West Oak Lane, as I said, we feel like we're a think tank for West Oak Lane. I can sit up here and talk to you for hours about what happens in West Oak Lane. But we know a stable and secure and vibrant and revenue generating corridor most certainly equals the residents in the community.
Fantastic. You just summed it all up. I don't even have any more questions. We're actually out of time. That is amazing. Once again, please give folks the website so they can check out more.
Absolutely. The website is orgphilly.org, and our Instagram page is info@orgphilly, and our email address is info@orgphilly.org.
Fantastic. So this is Kimberly A. Lloyd, president of ORC. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tiffany. Had a great time.
I appreciate you. No
Appreciate
problem.
you as well. Take care.
You too.
Uptown.
Uptown. That's where we at today on the final stop of the Neighborhood Love Tour, Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. We are uptown, honey. You got to love it. If you want to, please come over and check us out. We'll only be here until 12 noon. We would love to see you. Come sign up. Renew your 4-word membership here at the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. That is our location. I definitely would appreciate seeing your face in the place today. You will see that this is an active center. Like, there's people in here just chilling, doing their thing. And here we are supporting them. Here we are in the place as well. So come on and see it. If you would like your lovely senior to be a part of this here, you can get some information when you walk in the door. West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. That is where we are. Good friend to the show, Commissioner Omar Sabir, is joining us right now. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm breathing on schedule. How are you?
I'm doing well. Listen, we was at the Dell last night.
Oh boy,
with them Osley brothers.
Listen,
I tell you, boy.
I saw the pictures.
Oh my goodness.
People were going crazy.
It was a history lesson. I mean, since 1959,
Oh,
but it was relevant. I mean, he got his beard. I mean, everything was just the guitar. I mean, professionalism. I mean, it just was bewildering for me, and I just really wanted to thank like the Dell staff just for putting it together all the time. That was wow. That was phenomenal.
And we've been missing it because of the pandemic. You know, it didn't happen last year, and you sometimes don't realize what you miss until you don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it's back, it's like, whoo.
Man.
Well, something that is also back. It's election time. It is back.
That's right.
And folks might not be like, whoo, but we need to be. So please tell us why we need to be whoo about this upcoming election.
Sure. Listen, everyone. You know, every 6 months there's an election. No, it's not every 4 years. It's not every 3 years. It's an election every 6 months. And these elections are so important so that we can get resources and accountability for our community.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing the results when you voted November.
Mm-hmm.
You know, extra stimulus money and things like that came, you know, Philadelphia in November. There was over 750,000 people that came out and participated in the election.
Wow.
So that's just phenomenal. And then the policymakers see it and they know, okay, we have to do things for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So we have to keep the enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
We have to keep the energy going. And we have an important election coming up November the 2nd.
Yeah. Let's run down all the pertinent things that people need to know because folks are very concerned right now. There's the concern. Are we going to shut down again? What's going to happen? What do we expect? So what are the basic things we need to know and put on our calendar to do?
Okay, so right now, what I'm recommending everyone to vote by mail.
Mm-hmm.
I voted in person the last election, which was a good experience.
Yeah.
But due to the COVID experience and things happening, we don't know.
Yeah.
So I suggest right now you apply for your vote by mail ballot. We have the applications here, or you can do it online, or you always can call our office. We can walk you through the process. You apply for your ballot. It'll be mailed to you, and then you can do it in the comfort and the safety of your own home.
Mm-hmm.
And the deadline for that is October 26th. That's the technical deadline. But the intelligent deadline is to do it right now. Let's apply for it right now.
Right.
Let's try to get your vote by mail ballot application in.
Yeah.
That way we can mail you out the ballot. You can vote in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to worry about anything. And the
Yeah.
good thing about it is even if you apply for your vote by mail ballot and you receive your ballot, if you change your mind, you can still bring your ballot and you turn it in and you can vote in person.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want everyone to have that option
Yeah.
because we don't know with this COVID surge and how things are operating. So I'm voting by mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
It felt good voting in person last time, it really did, but I'm voting by mail.
Yeah. There was a lot of confusion last year because of COVID and what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and in some cases, why to do it. If folks have like big ticket questions like, okay, I'm about to move, what do I do? How do I handle that? I just moved. What do I do?
So you want to call my office at 215-686-3462. 215-686-3462. We can walk you through it. However, you can do a lot of this stuff online too. It's pretty, I know a lot of people don't have access to the internet. So, feel free to call my office or send me an email. And you can do this on your smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think sometimes if I don't have a computer that's online access, if you can log on to Facebook, you can go on that phone and you can go to PhiladelphiaVotes.com or you can go to VotesPA.com and you can do a lot of your change addresses. You can do a lot of that stuff there within the matter of 5 or 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are we past the voter registration date?
Oh, no. So we still have time. I'd like to thank Word, of course, for getting the word out there. We still have time. Monday, October the 18th is the deadline. You have until 11:59 p.m. The city commissioner's office will be open to 12 p.m. accepting paper voter registration forms. But you always can go to PhiladelphiaVotes.com and you can do it online.
Yeah.
But again, I suggest, for those people that's not registered, let's do it now. Because sometimes people might make a mistake when they doing their voter registration. And then sometimes we have to get more information. So I say now. Let's do it now. Dr. King spoke about the fierce urgency of now. So let's just do it now. If you're hearing it right now, let's send out that text.
Yeah.
If you text some of your family members, PhiladelphiaVotes.com, you send it out in the link. People can get registered. It takes them less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. You gave us your phone number if people had big ticket questions or maybe complicated questions. If they are unable to reach you, is there another way people can get questions to you?
Sure. Okay. Take my email address. My email address is omar.sabir, SABIR, at phila.gov. And I got some dynamite staff. They check my email all the time. I fuss at them all the time about it. But no, we check our email, and it's no question that's too complicated. And we'll make sure that we get everything done for you.
Yeah.
And also, we have 2 other commissioners as well. So it's a 3-member bipartisan board. We have Chairwoman Lisa Dillon. We also have Commissioner Al Schmidt. They can answer your questions. Then you always can call the County Board of Elections as well.
Yeah.
So we're here to serve you. It's relatively easy to vote in Philadelphia compared to other states and other cities. So we're here for you. Anything we can do for you.
Thank you for that. For those who just they're not excited about it, don't feel like they need to worry about this one, please tell us why they should.
You got judges. I mean, this is what we're electing. We're electing judges. And out of the common pleas, and what's very interesting, in Philadelphia, even looking at the census, this city is a majority city of people of color. And we saw on a court of common pleas on a local court, and we only seen 2 African Americans being elected in the court of common pleas. And there was another one that got municipal. Out of 6 seats, only 2 are African American. Then the last election, there was none elected. So those positions affect your life every single day. The district attorneys, city controller, so those elections are elections that people typically take off. They don't pay attention to them. And a lot of people try to call us low information voters. They say we don't care about those type of elections. So really, what's the point of even canvassing them and talking to them? And we're starting to see people in positions making decisions for our community. And, we don't have no input. And, so it's time for us, and it's occurred upon us to make voting mandatory. When I was growing up, my father, every election was mandatory. And you had that power, the matriarchs and the patriarchs of the family, to have civic conversations every single year about why it's important to vote. That if you don't vote, you don't get that input. Also too, we have statewide candidates as well running for judge.
Yeah.
And in Philadelphia has 3 women that's running for judge in Philadelphia. So I'm not telling you how to vote. I mean, I'm the commissioner, but I'm telling you that there's an incentive for city of Philadelphia to participate in the election process.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing all that. We truly appreciate you. One more again, email and phone number, and of course the website for folks can find out more information about voting.
215-686-3462. 215-686-3462 is the phone number. You can reach me anytime. Please call, even if it's after hours. Just leave a voice message. We'll get it. My personal email address is Omar, OMAR, .Sabir, OMAR .Sabir, SABIR @phila.gov. Anything we can do, please send me an email. And also our website is PhiladelphiaVotes.com. One word, PhiladelphiaVotes.com. And there's nothing but information there. And please let us know what we can do.
Got to get out the vote. Thank you so much, Commissioner Sabir. We appreciate you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. It's the Neighborhood Love Tour, Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour, WURD. We are rolling along. We'll be right back with more conversation after this.
In Philly, COVID-19 vaccines are safe, free, and effective. It protects you from contracting the COVID-19 virus. Vaccines do not change your DNA or contain microchips. Caribbean people are not immune to the deadly virus without COVID-19 vaccine shots, and it does not affect your immigration status. Join us for our back-to-school COVID-19 vaccination resource fair on Saturday, August 21st from 11 to 3 p.m. at Sturgis Recreation Center in Albany. Free food, school supplies, and vaccines. Visit www.caribbeancommunityinphiladelphia.com, Facebook or Instagram page.
Did you hear the word around the community? HPP and HPF's very own Stacey Scott will be reporting live from Word, 96.1 FM and 900 AM each and every fourth Sunday of the month from 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. Be sure to spread the word and tune in. Want to call in and be a part of the community party? Email Stacey Scott at scott@hpplans.com. Again, that is scott@hpplans.com.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
This is not a fad for us.
We will not resume our regular programming when things die down. We're not black to help our bottom line or because it's politically correct. We're not joining a fight. This has been our fight, our message, our people. Black lives have always mattered here. We are
undeniably,
indefatigably, unapologetically, permanently Black Talk Media.
WURD.
You're listening to The Source with Tiffany Bacon on Word Radio. Streaming live on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. I go on and on and on and on. Ooh, on and on and on and on. God damn it, I'ma sing my song. I was born underwater with $3.06. Yeah, you may laugh, 'cause you did not do your math. Like 1, 2, 3. Damn, y'all feel that? Oh. Like 1, 2, 3. Door keeps turning.
Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Loving you is like a battle, and we both end up with scars. Tell me who I have to be to get so reciprocity. See, no one loves you more than me, and no one ever will. Is this just a silly game that forces you to act this way? Forces you to scream my name, then pretend that you can't say. Tell me who I have to be. I know what we gotta do to get so reciprocity. See, no one loves you more than me, and no one ever will. No matter how we grow, you always seem to let me know.
And we're WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. So Nas has a new album out, right? He has a new song called Nobody. Miss Lauryn Hill's featured on that track. If you follow Nas and you follow that, you got to check out that track. She addresses life, including her lateness. So check that out. And I appreciate Miss Kayla J giving us that piece of music. So we are broadcasting live. It's the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour here at the West Oak Lane Senior Center. You are hearing a lot of joy in the background. That is something we absolutely need right now in our lives. It is popping up here in the Senior Center. We're at 7210 Ogons Avenue. Happy to be out and about in the community. We welcome you here. We will be broadcasting until 12 noon. So if you're in the area, come on through. We'd love to see you. Renew or set up a new 4-word membership. We have things to give away. We would love for you to come out and say hello to us and also pick up some information on the center so you can send it to one of your lovely seniors in your life. You know, we want you to stand with Word. We are the only Black-owned talk radio station in Pennsylvania. And did you know that you can join the 4-word movement and amplify the voice of the Black community as a digital member for as low as $5 per month? You can visit WURDradio.com or call 215-452-57. I'm sorry, 425-7875. Or you can come down here to the broadcast and sign up. That is an opportunity as well. So please show or renew your support with your 4-word membership today. It is my pleasure to welcome to the program via the phone Councilwoman Cindy Bass is joining us. Hello, Councilwoman.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I am breathing on schedule, and thank you so much for joining the broadcast today.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. So tell us, what is your focus? Tell us what you have going on.
We have a lot going on, and I want to, like I said, first of all, thank you for having me. Thank you to your listening audience for being receptive to what it is that we as elected officials have to say. These are tough times, as you were saying earlier. These are really difficult times. And so one of the things that we're trying to do is really just make sure that there's a future for our young people. So we initiated a program called the Philadelphia Promise Trust Fund that we have been talking about all summer long. We're going to continue to talk about it into the fall and hope to have some funding behind this initiative in the future. And the idea behind it is, Tiffany, could you imagine if someone said to you, when you were younger, in your younger self, even though you're very young now, you're very, but in
You're
your
so
younger
kind.
self, Yes, and your younger self. If someone said to you, when you turn 18, we're going to have $10 or $15,000 for you to either go to college, for you to purchase a home, for you to start a business, for you to invest in ensuring that we take you out of generational poverty. That's what the Philadelphia Promise Trust Fund does. We are going to set aside $500 million and use the interest only so that this fund continues on, into the foreseeable future. Okay. So that we would have these funds, invest them in our young people, and that they would be able to make a self-determinating decision about where they're going to invest for their future and what direction they would like to see their lives go in. And so we're very excited about this. We've gotten a lot of support, and we think that this is really going to go a long way in changing the dynamic. This is something that, we talk about all of the money that's coming in, the stimulus dollars. This is money that's going to be directly invested in these young folks, and it's going to be weatherproof, if you will, that we don't have to worry about which way the winds blow in terms of who's elected to office, who's in office, who's out of office, because we would only be using the principal balance only to ensure that young people have an opportunity to determine which way they want to go in their future. So that's something that we are really excited about and want to keep talking about because we think that it could make a big difference. And this isn't something that is happening only right here or will happen only right here. This is something that's already happening in other places, in other countries, where they're making these kinds of investments in young people to change the dynamics. And if we ever want to have the opportunity to stop calling ourselves the largest city with this amount of poverty, if we ever want to move away from that, I believe that this is the way to do it. And we can make this happen. We just have to make the investment, the initial investment of $500 million towards our young people. And I do want to just remind people, when we talk about $500 million, people may say, oh, well, that's so much money. It really is not a lot of money when you think about, we invested, or the plan was to invest from the McKinney administration, and folks were in agreement to invest $500 million in the rebuilding of some of our parks and recreation centers. And that was a good idea, but I would say that spending $500 million set aside to reach those who are in generational poverty in the city of Philadelphia, this is an even better bet. It's a much better bet, and it's a direct investment in our young people.
Yeah, yeah. I have to mention one of our viewers on Facebook is, let's see if I can find the direct quote, but they were saying they wanted council to open up because people need to address all council members directly face to face. A lot of people have things that they want to say. Talk to me a bit about that, the opportunity for folks to really speak to you and other council members about what is on their mind, what is mostly concerning them, and how you are all working together to solve some of our many problems.
Well, I want to encourage, the first thing is I want to say that I want to encourage folks to come out to community events, to activities. If you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Cindy Bass Philly, all one word, you'll find where I'm going, what I'm doing. And I talk to my constituents. I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's going on. And we want to be an asset. We are here to serve. We are servants. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. In terms of council being open up, it is my understanding that we will be back in session in early September. I forget the exact date, but we will be back in I think the second Thursday in September, because we originally were out because of COVID. The governor's emergency declaration allowed us to stay out, but that is no more, as we know, thanks to Republican action in Harrisburg, and, which affected the entire state. But at the end of the day, it requires us to go back into session in September. So I'm looking forward to that because I want to hear what the people have to say. I listen to WURD as a regular source, but we need to hear, as much as there is out there that's being said. We know that WURD captures the pulse of the community. They really get it. Like just about everybody that's listening to WURD. But at the same time, if we miss one or two people, we want to hear from them as well. And so I agree, being in person is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I asked this previously, and I have to ask you, why do you do this? What is the passion behind why you do this?
Oh, this is a labor of love. You listen, you can't do this if you don't love helping people and wanting to make this city a better place. You just can't do it unless like you're on some other trip, some power trip, some political gain, type of thing. That's not who I am. That's never who I've been. I'm a girl from North Philadelphia. I say it all the time, loud and proud. From 7th to Lehigh and 28th and Allegheny. Raised by a single mother in North Philadelphia public school. I know Philadelphia. I feel like I'm Philadelphia through and through. And I know my people. I believe I know what it is that my people want, what my people need. And that's why I'm here. This is all about the people. This is not about me. I've done other things. I've worked private sector. I've been in all kinds of different industries, banking and real estate. But at the end of the day, this is what I always did for free. And listen, we'll continue to do it for free. At whatever point I leave public service as a member of council, I'll always be someone who is out here fighting for my neighborhood, fighting for my community, fighting for my people. And I think that that's what should be at the heart and the spirit of every elected official. It's got to be in your heart to want to serve people and make a difference in the city.
All right. I thank you so much for answering that. I thank you for being here, for joining us, and for sharing your thoughts. Please share with us ways folks can reach out to you or any social media that you would like to share.
Absolutely. Please reach out to us at Cindy Bass Philly, all one word, Cindy, Cindy, Bass, Bass, Philly, Philly. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's Twitter. You can reach us on all three of those platforms. We also encourage you to reach out at our district office at 215-686-3424. And you can reach me directly at cindy.bass@phila.gov. And I check my email daily. We always respond, and I apologize for anyone who said that. Just recently someone said, "Oh, I reached out to you and you didn't get back to me." But listen, we give a 24-hour turnaround because we believe in good constituent services. So if we don't get back to you right away, give us 24 hours.
Fantastic. I appreciate that. And thank you, Councilwoman Cindy Bass, for joining us. We truly appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You
All
too.
right. Thank you. We are enjoying it here in the Senior Center. Like I said, y'all, it is popping up here at the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. It is the last stop on our Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. And please do not forget this coming Thursday, August 26th, is a big day for WURD. It is our Founders Day, and we are celebrating, honoring the life and legacy of our founder, Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD. This year, we will feature special live broadcast from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. for the street naming ceremony for Dr. Lomax. That is happening at 1800 Wharton Street, the site of his first medical center. This day is going to include a lot of great information, wonderful conversations, virtual panels exploring health, wealth, and independent media. You do not want to miss that. I promise you, you don't. There's a special Founders Day membership discount. Also, you can join or renew your Word membership for just $80. And that way you can help continue the legacy of Dr. Lomax by supporting progressive Black Talk media. You can sign up for that today. Actually, we have tickets. So if you sign up for that today, you might get tickets to this Love on the Line concert. Now, you ready for a concert. Just put your mask on. If you vaxxed up, get your mask, wear your gloves, whatever you need to do. Go on and check out Philly Freeway. Maya. Hello, Maya. What? Philly Freeway, Chubb Rock, even Mr. Cheek's going to be there. Child, it's a lot of people that's going to be at this concert. And you could win tickets to that today if you come down here to the West Oak Lane Senior Center, 7210 Ogons Avenue. We're going to take a break and come back with our last guest for our last stop on the Neighborhood Love Tour right after this.
Build skills needed for employment through the Philadelphia Skills Forward Initiative, a free upskilling program for workers displaced by the pandemic, those whose jobs are at risk for automation, and Black and brown workers. Complete courses focused on digital literacy, career management, and professional skills for a successful career. Get started today at chamberphl.com. Hey, Word family, did you hear? It's official. The Colorectal Cancer Alliance just announced the new age for colon cancer screenings has been officially lowered to age 45 for everyone. If you are 45 or older, it's time to get screened. Go to wordradio.com and click on the Go to Know banner to register for your free at-home screening test. Did you know colon cancer is largely preventable with on-time screening? And there's a 90% survival rate when caught early. African Americans are 20% more likely to get colon cancer and about 40% more likely to die from it than most other groups. So for the next 3 months, you can go to wordradio.com and click on the Go to Know banner for your free at-home screening test. A screening navigator will contact you to ask a few questions and help you get screened. It's that simple. Again, just go to wordradio.com, click on the Go to Know banner, and fill out the form to request your free at-home screening test. Go to Know today.
You're listening to The Source on Word Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD.
You smile, and I smile, and I say, oh, this is getting personal, personal, personal. Let's stay for a while and play. Girl, let's make this a moment. Oh, giving you the best of me. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, having you close to me. Amazing, outrageous. Give your best to me. Good morning, good morning. It's breakfast. Lost track of time, but we had a ball. Let's catch a movie, then dinner. Tonight's the night we'll just unwind and stay. Hey, let's stay personal, personal, personal. Let's stay for a while. Hey, hey, such a beautiful moment. Oh, giving you the best of me. Ooh, amazing, somewhat amazing, amazing. Oh, having you close to me, having you close to me. Amazing, amazing, outrageous. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. I'm glad this week is over. I need to get away. Go home and throw my clothes on. Come get you right away. Can't wait to see you looking lovely. I hope you're thinking of me. Cause all I want is time with you and don't need nothing more. So much, you 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 so much, so much, you so much, you so much, you so much, I see you across the room talking to some men. I love your mannerisms, babe. The way you handle them, oh, I'm so proud to be you. So attracted to you too. You're so damn good to me in everything you do.
And welcome back. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Big shout out to Kayla for playing that. Anthony Hamilton and Jill Scott. Illy Jilly from Philly. She actually has a new Lifetime. I think it's a Lifetime movie that's coming up. Somebody's movie. She's redoing Highway to Heaven, and I saw the ads for it over the weekend. So Jill is still working. And we are still here, broadcasting live from the West Oak Lane Senior Center. It is the last stop on our Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. We're at 7210 Oakons Avenue. As we conclude this segment, we have to welcome one of our dear friends. We have to welcome Cheryl Ishmael from our Go to Know campaign. It is important for you to know this. It is important for you to know your status to get the screening. And she is going to tell us a little bit more about Go to Know. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for being here.
Thanks for having me. It is an absolute pleasure to be here to share the word.
Yes, absolutely. So please tell us a little bit more about your journey and why it is important for you to spread the word about Go to Know.
So, as you said, I'm here to represent and be an ambassador for the Go to Know mission to stop colon cancer in our community. And it's a very, very personal mission for me, as I am a 10 plus year colon cancer survivor.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And as I said, it's very personal, and it's something that can be, very, private for people, but I felt the need to share my journey so that people could be aware of how to prevent colon cancer in their families.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't mind telling us a little bit about your story, how you found out, and then how you responded.
Well, when I was diagnosed, I actually was under the age of 50. So I was about 46 years old. So, as everyone knows, at that time, about 10 years ago, they were not offering, in terms of healthcare, a colonoscopy as a health screening.
Wow.
So you had to be over the age of 50. So although I felt symptoms and I knew that there was something wrong, I had to advocate for myself, take charge of my own health, and go to multiple doctors. And I finally ended up in the ER and had emergency surgery, unfortunately, radical surgery, and followed by extensive treatment, chemotherapy, radiation, and so forth.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's extremely important to spread the word. Early detection is key. Early screening is key. And the Go to Know Stop Colon Cancer Now mission is really to get that information out to our communities, particularly during this time during COVID-19. And so this mission has been sort of taking a back seat to the COVID-19 story. So it's really important. Go to Know. We're trying to get these home screening kits to folks so that they can do it in the privacy of their homes. Advocate for yourself. Know your body.
Yeah.
When you know your body and you know that there's something wrong, and particularly if it is something that is, let's say, genetic, it runs in your family. You may have even heard or may not have heard. It does not run in my family. So it's vitally important just to be aware of your body.
Yeah, absolutely. You were talking about you felt like something was wrong. You felt symptoms. For those who have not heard us talk about this before, what are some of those symptoms?
The symptoms can vary. So for me, it was an absence of appetite. It was a feeling of being bloated, a feeling of just lethargy. It's just very tired. And normally I would not have felt that way because I was very energetic and I ate well, I exercised frequently. So it was a very alarming and early onset indicators of those symptoms. And so because I was so keenly aware of my body, I was able to, just go to the doctors. And when I didn't hear, the right thing, I went to the next doctor or, because there had to be something. And there absolutely was.
So I just need to touch on that for just a second, because that's very important. Sometimes you said, I didn't hear the right thing, so I went to another doctor. Some folks will leave it there.
Yes.
They'll say, oh, we don't see anything. How often have we had a pain, an issue, don't feel well, go to the doctor, even go to the emergency room? And it's like, well, we can't find anything. And you leave it at that. And then it happens again, X number of weeks or months later. So talk to us about how long it took for you to keep going and help other people to understand why it's important to not just take that first no.
Unfortunately for me, it took about a year to determine, to go to several doctors and to determine what could possibly be the problem. And again, it really goes back to what is available to you healthcare wise. If you are under the age of 50, you're not going to get specific screenings. So fortunately, we're hearing now that those screening ages have been reduced for the African American community. It is now 45. So had that been the case when I was going through my journey, I would have had an early screening, a colonoscopy, and it would have had, I would have probably had an X-ray,
Yeah.
MRI, or some other, determining screenings before I had the absolute, episode of having to have surgery.
Yeah. Did you at all deal with people thinking that you were just making too much of stuff and thinking you're just faking? Because I know there's a lot of folks who have things going on, and when the doctor says no, and you're like, I'm trying to told you
Right.
something is wrong, and then people start saying, oh, you're a hypochondriac.
Right.
Oh, you're just making it up. Did you deal with that at all? And if so, how did you manage that?
I did deal with that a lot because of my age. And it's strange because this is a typical ailment for people. They told me 70 and up. So they're looking at me and they're thinking it can't possibly be that. So they were ruling that out first and then thinking it may be something else. So again, it's important to advocate for yourself. If you know that there is something wrong, and some of the symptoms may be, not to be graphic, but blood in your stool. It may be chronic pain in your stomach, and oftentimes it is very sudden.
Yeah.
So if you do see some of those symptoms, it is vitally important to go to the doctor and maybe even go directly to a specialist. You might need to go to a gastrointestinal doctor who would know what those symptoms mean.
Yeah. For women, sometimes we have compound issues. And again, not to be super graphic, but it is important. If you are, say, a woman who's experiencing fibroids and you can't readily determine if the blood you're seeing is coming from one place or the other, and you pursue, say, what's going on with your reproductive organs, and then that is delayed, what is your recommendation for women who are like, well, I don't know that I can afford the copays for everything. What should I do? What should I seek first? And if I
Well,
get no's from everywhere, then what do I do?
that's true. My recommendation is to certainly connect with us through this Go to Know campaign. The screening kits are free. And so sometimes people are troubleshooting and they're trying to figure out what exactly the problem is. Don't try to self-diagnose if possible.
Stay off of WebMD.
Stay off of WebMD, but sometimes it is helpful, but don't land just there. So you want to make sure you get that Go to Know screening kit. You do it in the privacy of your home, and then whatever the results are sent off, and then you can move from there.
Yeah. How can someone get a hold of the kit? What can they do to get it?
So they can reach out to the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. And this is a partnership, of course, with local and national health partners and Word. So you can reach out to Word. They can reach out to the CCA. And I'm sure there's some doctors who are also affiliated with this mission and who could give them the information that they need.
Yeah, and we are very proud to have this partnership with Go to Know. And you can go right to our website, by the way. There is a banner on our website. You can click that and also get more information. Please make sure you do that. Tell us, what is the most important thing you want our listeners and our viewers to walk away with before we close out this edition of the Neighborhood Love Tour?
I think the key takeaway here is that 20% of African Americans are more likely to get colorectal cancer. And we have a mortality rate of 40% as compared to our counterparts. So we have to keep that in mind. And so the numbers speak, and we also, and again, advocating for your own health and making sure that you take charge of your health.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate you,
Thank
Cheryl
you.
Ishmael from Go to Know. Thank you,
I
thank you, thank
appreciate it.
you. I appreciate it. Believe it or not, that is it for this edition. I mean, we have been out here all summer, most of the summer, half of the summer. We have been out in the community and we have been happy to do so. This wraps up this edition of the Summer of Freedom Neighborhood Love Tour. Much love going out to everybody on staff here who did such a great job. Of course, to Eric and to Troy, to Melissa and Monica and Lisa and the whole crew, Brianna and Niall and everybody. Much love going out to Miss Taylor J. Love going out to all of our sponsors and everyone who joined us for the tour. Please don't touch that dial, because coming up next this stage door, my featured segment at 12 noon, my co-host Jeffrey Page and I will get a chance to speak with the one and only Chub Rock, who will be in town next week. We will also talk to Philly Freeway, who will be in town next week, and a brother by the name of Stephen Williams, who founded an organization to help folks identify and work through mental health issues. That is coming up next on Stage Door. Have a peaceful, positive, and productive day. I will see you in a moment.
Tune in this Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. for the Islam Today show with a